Are you ready? It's time to go. It's time to start. We gotta get going. Gotta get going. Okay. What's up, guys? I'm TJ, and this is my dog, Ricky. Lucy is here as well. She's just down there. And we are gonna be doing a Q&A video, answering questions that you guys sent in from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I think it's gonna be fun. This is my first ever Q&A video that I've ever done on my channel. So let's go ahead and get into it. What do you say, little buddy? Okay, let's do it. Since I've got Ricky here, let's start off the whole thing with a Ricky and Lucy question. Sarah asks, do Ricky and Lucy know any good tricks? They know how to stay. I've taught them how to stay, and your expression right now. They know how to get really excited about something. They also know how to steal pizza off the table when I'm not looking. One time during a live stream, they got on to my computer tables and pulled the Domino's pizza box off the table. Next question, J Queen asks, how tall are you? I am 5'10". What's your favorite color? Blue/blue-green, kind of a teal aqua thing. Best thing about growing up around Fort Worth, I live there, LOL. So I'm from Arlington, which is right next to Fort Worth. It's in between Fort Worth and Dallas. And Arlington is awesome. I moved away when I was 13 years old, so I haven't really lived there in a long time. But my favorite part about living in Arlington is I just kind of really like downtown Fort Worth a lot. And I like the people that I know from Fort Worth and Arlington. But specifically, personally, my grandfather lives in Fort Worth and he's my favorite part about Fort Worth, so I'm gonna have to say my grandfather, even though you don't know my grandfather. Hey! Gillian asks, are you a Muppet or are you a man? Great question. If you actually think about that, that is a deep philosophical question. Selena asks, how are you? I'm pretty good. We're in the last week of filming season 2 of Magic Funhouse, so I've been crazy busy. And I actually have to go to set later today, so I'm trying to get this video done while I have this little pocket of free time. But I'm pretty good. Life is good. Next week is E3, and that's gonna be crazy as well. And then the week after that is VidCon, and that's gonna be fun too. Just life has been really, really intense for the last couple months, in a good way. It's good to be busy, and it's busy to be good. Blue Dog 13, Nerdy McNerd, aka I think Steve, if I recall correctly, asks, what would be your dream career? Making enough money where I can just adopt all the dogs in the world and just have them live at my house. That's my dream career right there. I'll just live stream it. I will live stream all the dogs living at my house. And you can just tune in and watch the dog live stream. Yep, that's my dream career. Sophie asks, what's one song you've always wanted to cover but never have? That is a really good question. I love all of Shawn Mendes and Ed Sheeran stuff, so pretty much any hit that they have. But also recently I've been getting into Foreigner, the band from the 70s and 80s, and Jukebox Hero is just such an amazing song. I don't know how I would cover it, but I would love to cover that song someday. Leah asks, if you never took the risk and joined YouTube, where do you think you would be in your career? Great question. Where do I think I'd be in life? I probably would be at grad school somewhere. I probably would have done either psychology or business. It's very possible I would have stayed on the East Coast, maybe in New York City. No, yeah, probably something with psychology or business. I think one of those two things, with grad school involved too. Maybe a lawyer. I might have been a lawyer. I might still become a lawyer, who knows? You never know what the future holds, you never know. What's the strangest thing you've ever ordered at a restaurant? Probably going to sushi restaurant and ordering live urchin or something like that. Why did I become a YouTuber? And if I had to choose anything, if YouTube didn't exist, what job would I apply for? Why did I become a YouTuber? I became a YouTuber because back in college, my friend Kurt Schneider was doing YouTube music stuff with Sam Shui, and I was like, this looks really cool, I should give it a shot. So I started making YouTube covers and medleys, and after college just kind of kept doing that and working with Kurt at the time, and just kind of kept growing it from there. And obviously my YouTube stuff has grown from being just music focused to music and comedy and gaming and some other stuffy stuff. If I could only eat 3 things for the rest of my life and I couldn't choose pizza, what would I eat? I would eat sushi, hands down, sushi. I love sushi. I love sushi. I don't know if it's just the taste of soy sauce and ginger and wasabi or if it's the actual sushi, but regardless, I love sushi. Seafood in general as well. Seafood in general, that's a favorite of mine. And oranges. and pears and bananas. So I'm gonna go with a fruit medley, okay, of oranges, bananas, and pears. That sounds so good. What do I like to do for fun? Play video games. Absolutely. Whether it's Smite or Overwatch. I haven't played Overwatch in a couple months now. Or Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or a bunch of other stuff. Definitely video games. I also work out, but that's fun. That's actually like a stress reliever. And I really like to play board games and card games and group games with friends. And for like the past year or two, maybe about last 2 years of my life, I've really just wanted to like play games with people. I don't want to like go parties and play drinking games. I want to like get a social gathering and play games together like Fishbowl or Ultimate Werewolf or Cards Against Humanity, stuff like that, where it's like you're really playing with each other. And I think I got into that because of improv. We used to play improv games, and Fishbowl kind of is this game. If you don't know what it is, I will teach you guys someday. Fishbowl is this great game. It's really just improving with friends. It's charades, password, and taboo all wrapped up into one game. It's amazing. Rachel asks, what are things that make you truly happy? Dogs, puppies. Puppies make me truly happy. Working out makes me truly happy. Getting things done, being productive is like the #1 source of happiness in my life. Making people smile, making people laugh, like unexpectedly, you know, like just like doing something goofy and they laugh. That's really fun. Would I ever be in a boy band? Sure. I mean, at this point in my life, that'd be really funny. I think it'd be really great and fun. I was in a boy band on YouTube. It's called Nerd Alert. It was me, Kurt, and Husky Starcraft. We did the boy band thing, you know. Nerd Alert. Void rays, gotta mess up my void rays. Everybody's telling Blizzard, nerf them, nerf them. Guilty pleasures, favorite band or album. I met one of my best friends in college named Connor via, on Facebook. We discovered that we like lived near each other in the dorm building, and we both liked Avril Lavigne, but we also liked hard rock and punk rock and stuff like that, but then we also liked Avril Lavigne. And so I think he just messaged me one day and was like, hey, I saw you like Avril Lavigne. I live like a floor or two above you. You wanna like swap music CDs sometime? And I was like, sure, sounds good. So he like came down and like we got to know each other. And that was the beginning of a beautiful thing. What type of music do I listen to? I listen to literally everything. Specifically classical music, pop music, rock music, indie music, opera. I listen to country sometimes. I listen to hip hop, R&B, jazz. My biggest things that I listen to right now are let's say my top 3 stations would be like alt rock. I mainly listen to Sirius XM, so the alt rock station, Sirius XM alt. Is that what it's called? I forget now. 1940s jazz station, Sirius XM 40s Junction, the pop station, and then the classical music station. Those are my top 4 played, hands down. I may not know you personally, but I believe we could be good friends. And I know that just asking this question could cause another war as we know it. Please note, if this question angers you, feel free to block me on all social media. I will understand and feel guilty to my core. Pepsi or Coke? Well, I'm sorry, but I don't drink soda at all. Like at all. So, neither orange juice? That's what I drink. What about you, Ricky? I think he'd drink Pepsi. I used to drink Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, especially being from Texas, Dr. Pepper was my go-to. And every now and then, like, I'll have a sip of it and I'll be like, gosh, that's so good. So yeah, my answer would be Dr. Pepper. What colors do I like my spoons to be? Silver? What other colors are there? How many times can you say Irish wristwatch? Irish wristwatch. Irish wrist. Oh, once, twice, once and a half. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Sorry. Huskies, German Shepherd, or Golden Retrievers? Dachshunds. What is my favorite part about being on Magic Funhouse? Getting to work with Brandon. Brandon is a genius and a half, and this is a toy that they have. Brandon is a genius and a half, and he is a delight to work with. He is super brilliant. He's a great human being. And this whole show is a result of him. He directs it, he writes it, he runs the show, he also stars in it. He also edits the show. He like finalizes the editing. So he's great. So Brandon is by far my favorite part of the show. I love the cast as well. Like, it's just that this is all possible because of him. So Brandon is fantastic. What is it like working with Brandon Rogers? Well, I guess I walked into that one pretty easily. Brandon's great. He's super supportive. He is the kind of director slash writer that he writes a general like line for you in the script as an actor, but he wants you to do it how you think the character would say it. Some people are really strict with their lines. They want you to deliver them and say them as they're written. Brandon wants you to like also do what you think would be good. You know, maybe you cut a word out and you add it. He's just really open to improvising stuff. We've improv'd a couple of scenes completely last season and this season, and it's a lot of fun to have a director that lets you do that. Some directors are not like that. So he's great. I love working with Brandon. I hope that we get to do this for many seasons. What was the first video game I ever played or remember playing? I'm pretty sure it was Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I'm pretty sure my mom got me in Super Nintendo when I was about 6, 4, somewhere around that age. And I played Super Mario World. That was the beginning of my video game stuff. My other two, I also remember playing a Goof Troop the game? Goof Troop is a Goofy video game on Super Nintendo, and I remember getting my mom to play that with me. She actually really liked playing that one. So we would team up and play that game together. And then I also really loved playing Secret of Mana, but I didn't have that game. My best friend down the street did, so I'd have to go over to his house to play it. How do I choose my highway sing-along songs? I choose them by looking at, sometimes I'll just hear a song on like the 60s station. I listen to, so another answer to the music question, I listen to like 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. But I really focus on 60s. That's like one of my favorite decades of music. I just listen to that. Sometimes I'll get a song that I feel like everyone knows this one, I should jot that down. Sometimes I'll do research. I'll like look up the most popular songs for a decade, or I'll look up what are the most popular karaoke songs, and I'll kind of browse through the lists. But it really, the requirements for a highway sing-along song has to have a chorus that everybody knows, you know? You gotta have something that everybody can sing to. Oh, sorry. Is that better? It's gotta have a chorus that everybody can sing to. It's gotta have, at least everyone should know like the first verse. No, pretty much no one knows second verses, but you gotta have a first verse. It's gotta have a beginning that as soon as you hear the beginning, you know what song it is. You know, you hear it and you're like, I love this song. Maybe you don't know what song it is, but you know that you love it. It's just gotta have something that people can sing along to. Buttercup seems to be a song that like everybody knows across all generations. Larry asks, do I have any songs that I've written? Yes, I do. On my music channel, which is kind of shut down now. I have a music channel out there, it's TJ Smith Music. I've put a couple music videos up there, but I'm going to be kind of re-releasing them on this channel because nobody goes to that music channel anymore because I put all my music videos on this channel now. So all my music videos from that old channel I'm gonna be uploading here, so you will see them if you don't already know about them. I released a self-produced debut album a couple years ago called Ivy League Punk, so I will put some of those music videos on this channel if they're not already here in the next coming months. Keep an eye out for them. Favorite ice cream flavor? Strawberry and or cherry and mint, chocolate chip mint, and cookie dough. Yes, and Oreo. Yes. How to pick what songs to do covers on? I think it's really just songs that I connect with or that I think my voice would do well with, and I'm not always good with that one, but songs that I really connect with, that I like the lyrics of, and I like the song structure of. What is my favorite superhero? Well, my favorite superhero movie is definitely Deadpool. The Dark Knight is one of my top ones too. But in general, I think Captain America and Deadpool. Those are kind of my favorite superheroes right now. Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby. If you could have dinner with any 3 celebrities, dead or alive, who would you choose? Brad Pitt, Thomas Jefferson, and Elon Musk. I think that would be a very interesting dinner. Are you going to start streaming again soon? I just binged some of the series on your channel and really enjoyed them. Jay, thank you, man. Yes, so as soon as my life goes back to normal, starting in July, I'm going to start streaming, hopefully, and making gaming videos. And I've already been making YouTube videos for a couple weeks now in a row, so hopefully that'll keep going. Yes, Yes, the answer is yes. Am I a fan of musical theater? Have I been in or do I want to perform in a musical? If so, which one? Yes, I actually got into acting and performing in general because of musical theater in high school. The first play I was ever in is Godspell. I was just kind of a general chorus person. And then after that, I was in Hair. I was Nick or Claude. And then in Fame, I was Nick or Claude, whichever. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. This is back in this is over 10 years ago. And then once on this island, I was like the male lead. And then Beauty and the Beast was my senior year of high school and I was Beast. I've done a couple plays out here in Los Angeles since then. Have I seen Heathers the musical? And if so, would I ever consider doing a cover of any of those songs? I have seen a YouTube version of filming of the musical performance. Yes. I thought it was very, very good. Would I ever consider doing a cover of one of the songs? I will say maybe. They're very catchy. I just don't know if I would do a cover of them. If I had an evil alter ego like Darkiplier, what would I name him? I would probably name him TJ Sith. What keeps you positive when things are in a darker place? Comedy, watching funny things. Vine, back when Vine was still a thing, I would go to Vine and it would just make me feel better. Watching funny short videos. Robin Williams stuff, and yeah, comedy helps me a lot. Any advice on how to stay focused during draining projects? Water, sleep, exercise. What is my favorite food besides pizza? Sushi. What was your favorite food growing up? Macaroni and cheese. And broccoli and cheese. What is your favorite food that your mother makes? Her roast beef. Texas barbecue roast beef. Pulled pork too. Oh my gosh. Any of that barbecue stuff. Mom knows how to make that. Any upcoming projects you can let us in the scoop on? Magic Funhouse Season 2, coming out in a couple months. That's about all I can tell you right now. What are some things that I have planned out in the near or far future? I don't know. Right now I'm just trying to get through the next like 2 to 3 weeks and then my life kind of opens up and I can breathe again. How is my mom? She's doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. Will you try to grow your hair out again? I'm gonna grow out the top and I'm gonna keep the sides short. That's my current plan for the hair stuffs. How did I get the honey off myself from last week's video? We used a lot of makeup wipes at the park, and then as I was driving home, I could feel the honey hardening up again. I hadn't gotten it all off. I thought I had, and so it was very sticky. It was interesting. It was an interesting experience. Dogs or cats? That's how I read that stuff. When there's like the claps, I think you're supposed to read it as like dogs or cats, if you can clap, but I have a phone in my hand. But I always read it as in between, dogs or cats. But apparently that's not how it goes. Dogs. What's my favorite song at the moment? Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. What has been the highlight of this year for you so far? Magic Funhouse. Magic Funhouse. Magic Funhouse. Will I play Outlast 2? I would love to. If I don't get it before October, hopefully we'll do it in October for Scary Month. Would I rather bathe in ketchup or mayonnaise? I think ketchup. Do I love all of you? Of course, I love you. All right, I gotta go, guys. I didn't get to all the questions. I'm sorry. I got to, I think, about 90% of all of them, but I gotta get going to set. So thank you guys very much for sending in your questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have more questions, please put them on this video. And the next time I do a Q&A, I will look at this video to find them, okay? So feel free to comment. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. Have a great weekend. Love ya. Bye-bye.